Hello, hello, and welcome back. Back among friends in the lovely, hinterlands, it appears. We were out here procrastinating from our actual important main mission, as I so often am. And to that end, let me not procrastinate any longer, and instead try to get back to Skyhold first. I need to make sure my inventory is clear and see if anyone has new armor or weapons that I should equip before we head off, and then let's head off. If I recall correctly, though, there were like 2 missions that we still had to turn in right next to here. Let's do that, too. I rescued your friend.
I found Ritz and rescued her from an attack by the Templars. She's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time.
She's okay.
It's dangerous out here for everyone. I'm glad the Inquisition is trying to put things right.
Fine might be taking it a bit far, but she's okay. Yeah. And this one, obviously. Return the ring to the Elven Widow. Very important. And then what I'm hoping we might be able to pull off today, crazy hat trick that it is the Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts questline. I would really like to have that in our rear view here.
They don't care who they kill anymore.
Here's your ring.
I found this ring on a Templar I killed.
This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice. It won't bring him back, but his spirit will rest easier now. As will mine.
Oh, praise to you and these vaulted ceilings. Go with peace and crispiness. I don't know what you're supposed to say in these situations. Alright, so that was all of our main things. We do have 2 more we can turn in at the main crossroads village there. Let's do that also, since there's a fast travel point. And we'll go to Skyhold, I promise. We're getting there.
Is anything we can do? Just ask. Well, let me know if you find one.
Try to keep my boots dry there. I'm thinking this is the right way, yeah. Up to this little cave here.
Greetings.
Here's your
I
thing.
believe this is your phylactery. I found it on the body of a dead Templar named Matrin.
Ah, I suspected he died when he did not join me or send word. Maker curse the fools who started this war, and the fools who now fight it. Thank you. Matrin
That's me.
was important to me. Here, for your trouble.
Would you like a warm place to lay your head?
The Inquisition could use the skills of a powerful mage.
If I wished to kill others, I would have joined the rebels. How is the Inquisition any better?
Dorian, we have, Iron Bull. There's a lot of reasons.
The Inquisition is our chance to restore order, Enchanter. Without it, we'll be no better than apostates.
Madame Vivienne, court mage of the Empress of Orlais. I am honored. And if you back the Inquisition, so shall I. My skills are yours. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
Good thing we had her with us there. Alright. A new agent. A bit twitchy, but she'll work out fine. Let's find that other one here. I thought it was over here, but let me double check the map. Should be finding it soon. Use your eyeballs.
What do you mean?
Frost everywhere.
Huzzah!
They'll be losing toes soon enough.
I found some of the apostate supply stores. I can mark the locations for you.
I'll get out there myself with a few men and pick them up. This will keep a lot more refugees alive next time it snows. I appreciate it.
Go get them blankies. Alright. So I should be able to fast travel back from anywhere now. I think that's enough busy work in the hinterlands. Oh, to last us a lifetime. That'll be fine. Still more stuff to find here, but we'll be back around. Jumping to Skyhold momentarily. Take a quick inventory pass. And then we have to decide, too, who we want to be our trio for Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts. To briefly explain, it's like a big party in Orlais that we're going to, a big grand ball with many political discussions happening in and around. And the idea is that the people of Orlais are not the least prejudiced around. One of the things they don't happen to like very much is mages, of which I am one. The other thing they don't like very much is Kunari, of which I am one. So I will start at the lowest possible court approval rating, like no one thinks it's a politically good idea to be seen speaking with me when we start this mission. And we have to somehow change all of their minds and get our court approval as high as possible. I don't think it needs to be maximum, but it needs to be like 85 or above for specific things to unlock. Something like that. Alright, should be able to do this from anywhere. Just as long as you're in Skyhold, you have access to all of your party members. So let's see who needs what here. I'm still using that fantastic new robe we made. I don't think there's going to be anything better than that. Let's search through everyone else real quick. Iron Bull's using Masterwork. That should be good. Varric has Superior. That's probably the best he's going to get for now. So all of that rambling to say, I'm not sure who we want to take. There's a few things that might give us a better approval rating. For example, if you take Vivian, she is a mage, which Orlesians don't like, but she's also a integral member of the political circle in Orlais, so she's already done the busy work of becoming a respected mage. So, for example, if you take Vivian with you, you might have a better chance. There's finally someone who needs an upgrade, and it's a fancy one at that. Let's take it. Oh, Solus. Your kneecaps, so stylish. In fact, maybe Vivian should have that, now that I think about it. Let me see if she can even wear mail. She might not be able to. I don't know what he was wearing a second ago, but it doesn't seem to be that. Oh well. Back to armor, and back to Vivian. She can wear it, okay. So I might want to give it to her just because we were just talking about taking her to the ball. So let's do that. Sorry, Solus, we'll come back around for you. You'll get a treat, too, don't worry. Alright, unless I want to put him in something a little bit nipply. How do I say this? We'll just leave him as he is. Good old Cole. Could have a small boost for Blackwall. Let me see if Cassandra needs it first. He's still wearing these griffin robes. I do like those a lot, but it's not very Dorian. And I always do that. Alright. So that would be a downgrade, if anything. I'm going to need more mage armors. I think I keep stealing the good ones. Sorry, Dorian. And she's probably at her best for now. I'll switch it up to this, at the very least. A small boost. Okay, Cassandra. I can either give this to Cassandra or give it to Blackwall. It would only give 3 extra armor points to Cassandra, and I kind of like her in this Templar armor regardless. So let's give it back to Blackwall. There you go. There's your marshmallow Blackwall. Alright, so I gotta find something for Dory, and I have to find something for Soulless. Pretty much anyone who can shoot sparklies from their fingertips does need new armor. Let's check weapons as well. Get back around to... Let's do Sarah first. I'm in armor. I think we got a couple of new bows at some point for Sarah, but I've only seen one. She's using a 108. This would be a 107, so not great. How about Cole? I know we were looking for an extra dagger for him. An Antivan chopper for 198. Let's check that. Otherwise, he's using this 208 Bleeder of Souls. Great, alright. 198 is the best. Fantastic. Okay, so Vivian is the other interesting party. What is she using now? 60. I could take her up to 65, 62. Okay. 65. Unless I need that one. 62. There you go. Let's check me. I am using 53 Staff of Stasis. Let's take that up to Blizzard's Path. Good, good. Everyone else should be alright for the moment, I think. I'll give him what I was just using, the ice staff there. Should be able to sell all three of those. And Dorian. He's at a 55. Can't do much better since I've stolen it. So we should be in good shape there. I'll try to sell off some of these. Let's head to the Undercroft, in fact. I'm sure I might have a thing or two to retrieve at the war table. Swing into there. And that's where we'll need to start the Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts quest, regardless. But everyone should be well equipped. Now the only issue is removing things from my inventory to provide space. Let's see what's sellable here. No, doesn't matter. Alright. Sell that, sell that. I don't need any daggers. I don't think I need any bows either. Alright, get rid of that too. And valuables is the other big thing. I guess this is also, this can stack up. Let's remove one of those. Alright, valuables. I'm not sure about things with this icon, this it seems like a lot of people would be looking for this. Gold horn, I don't think I've found the right person who might respond to that item, so I don't want it to be sold. I'm hoping nothing else really matters, it's just valuable, so let's go sell all, but then I'm going to jump to buy back here and grab that seeming quest item. I'm not sure why they put it in that slot if it's a seeming quest item, but here we go. Alright, so that should leave me nice and clean in the inventory. I don't think we need to make anything else yet. However, let me see what... this golden nog is saying. It must be the special shipments box. Some sort of allied blades, eh? I'm not sure what to make of those. A blade, a staff, and a sword. Must be from some mission, or we passed a certain point where it could give us these. That is something. So, I'm at 69. I could definitely go for a 70, or 65 rather. I could definitely go for a 79 staff. That's fantastic. And then I can give this one to Dorian. I'm not sure if he's much of a frost mage, but I don't think it matters. Mostly just aesthetic. There, we give him a nice 10-point boost. That'll be great, and then we can sell the virulent staff. In fact, let me see if anyone else needs these before I sell. Weapons. So there's a blade and there's a sword. Is that like a dagger versus longer sword? Let me check Cole. Anytime now, Cole. Yeah, so I'm guessing this is a dagger. Let's give that to his other offhand slot. So now he has 2 legendaries. That's kind of cool. And then who would need a sword? Maybe Cassandra? Check what she's working with. A 67. Yeah, here you go. It's a little creepy for Cassandra, but she'll rock it. And then we can sell the remainder. Alright, Virulent Staff, Antivan Chopper, and Captain Longsword. Thanks, Special Shipments Chest. I appreciate it. Headed back out to the main hall. I'll save it out here before we start the quest, just in case. And then I think we should be in good shape. So sorry to take so long to build up to this, but we should be ready now. Saving it. I'm going to go ahead and save it over my older alternate slot there. This is where I now want an alternate slot. Headed to the war table. Ah, that's the other thing too. Let me check the points for everyone, and then I'll probably have to save it again. Alright, we finally got Dispel. I need to set another target for our enhancement here. I was going after Dispel for a while. I'm still not ready to specialize yet. I haven't found all the requisite items. So I'm going to keep that point for now. Let's see who else needs something. Solus. Alright, just a couple of them, I guess. There we go. Sarah needed something. Nope, that's me. Alright, now let's get it back here. Doesn't really matter where you're standing, but seems appropriate. And it's this one now. Good. Alright. So I still have a point, but we'll deal with that later. So I never did finish my earlier ramble before everyone gathers at the table here. I was talking about how Vivian can help your court approval since she's already a respected mage in the political sense. So I might take Vivian. That'd be great. There is a little combat, is the weird part of this. It's not just a big party. You do have to sneak off and fight like a rift, a whole rift at some point. So I do want someone to help in the combat sense. Cassandra's probably the likeliest candidate. And so that would be our combat person, and then you also need a rogue to open doors. A rogue with the deft hands perk, or whatever it is. Let me make sure, in fact, I probably should have, if only I had that saved. Let me see if Sarah has the perk. I'm thinking she does by now, but I'm not entirely sure. Because Sarah was the rogue I had in mind for this. And I can never remember where that hides. I'm very rarely a rogue myself, which is silly. My first character ever was a rogue, so it was years and years ago. And then I've gone on to other things and completely forgotten where they hide their lockpicks. I'm guessing it's not here. I'm not even entirely sure it is one of these perks, like it might be something else. It might be an Inquisition perk or something, I'm forgetting. Let me check if it's in this menu. Inquisition perks, let's see here. We don't have any. Be secrets, obviously. Deft hands, fine tools. That's the problem. So we might hit a couple of locks that we fully cannot open. And I don't even have arcane knowledge. Like, it needs four points, and we've got, I don't know, 0? I think these guys just count as field agents. They're not technically points spent in here. So we have a long way to go before we can open masterwork locks. Let me just do a quick search on if that's going to bite us here. This is a very, very complicated quest, and so something just as simple as if you have that perk or not can vastly change the outcome. Masterwork locks are found in the following locations. This is what I'm looking for. It doesn't look like it lists the ones in this quest. It only lists the ones you can access in free roam in this menu, which isn't incredibly helpful. But oh well. Huh. So yeah, it might be a better idea to wait and have access to that. We do have a save here before we go for it. So if we absolutely have to, we might be able to jump back, but I'm not going to worry about it. This is one of those quests that I get myself all anxietied up about, because it has many different outcomes and different secrets and timers, and there's areas you cannot be, and there's areas where you can be, but staying there for a long period of time begins to lower your court approval. So it's like all these little levers of power in the Orlesian court that make it a bit complicated to keep track of, but I'm just going to trust my gut here. We're not going to make it... We're going to make it as simple as possible. Alright, it may be a little wasteful of our time, but I'm not going to worry about sending anyone else out on a mission until we're done with this. I just want to make sure we have them all back in for now, and it looks like we do. So it's perfectly fine to send people back out, but I've just been holding your time open here already for so long without starting this. So let's begin. Wicked eyes and wicked hearts. An assassin is stalking the Empress. Celine's death would plunge Orlais into chaos, leaving it an easy target for Corypheus. At the Winter Palace of Halam-Shiral, Celine is holding peace talks with her rebellious cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard, under the guise of a grand ball. Every noble in the Empire will attend, making it the perfect place and time for Corypheus's assassin to strike. We can arrange an invitation to attend, to keep him from destroying Orlais, if we hurry.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
All right. So you could learn more about each of the people. The person we're trying to protect, Empress Celine, her cousin Gaspard, the Grand Duke, and Briala, one of the elven leaders, I think. Let me ask this.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
All right. We'd better not waste any more time.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
I'll be right back. One moment. All right, same summary from earlier. Don't need to go back through that. Let us begin. To Halam Shiral and the Winter Palace. So, I want to take Sarah, the rogue. I want to take Cassandra, the warrior. And I want to take Vivian, the mage. I'm going to hope for the best. There's a couple of different ways this can end, and they do have wider implications for the world, especially for Orlais, that I imagine will carry on into the next game as well, but at the same time, they're also probably just going to pick a base canonical option and run with that, so I don't have to worry about it too much. So however this ends up, we'll be fine. I have a specific goal in mind about the ending I got last time I did this. I would prefer to get that same ending, even though it's a little bit, it keeps everything the same, but in this situation, that's not necessarily a bad thing. We'll learn more about the various political intrigue between the elves and Orlais and the Grand Duke when we get in there. So there is a way to make them all sort of like stand down.
Hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Inquisitor Adar, it is my great pleasure to meet you.
Boy, do I know how to make
Bringing the rebel
mentions.
mages into the ranks of your army was a brilliant move.
Oh, thank you for flattering
The
me.
Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
You mean Empress, is it?
And which one was the rightful one again? I keep getting them confused.
The handsome, charming one, of course.
I probably shouldn't be sarcastic as much as possible. I should be
who forgets his
congenial.
Inquisitor. You help me.
Oh, yes, of course you're going to be the
My
Emperor.
lady, are you
Oh, yes, of course you're going to be the Emperor.
walking
No, you over there, you're going to be.
hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Duke Gaspard. I look forward to ending this civil war.
As do I, my friend. The Empire needs stability and security, now more than ever. If you have the safety of the Orlesian people at heart, Inquisitor, perhaps you will look into something for me.
Do
This
tell.
elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
That sounds like something
okay.
I should look into.
Keep my eyes open for
Be
ambassadors.
as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
We shall. It seems inevitable now.
An ox? Impossible.
Alright, so we're officially in.
It's just somebody's pet.
There you go. That was what I was waiting for. My court approval, if you saw it just a second ago up there, was at 40 out of 100. They're like, oh, we're not sure about you yet, but there's no reason to be rude. But now that I'm a Qunari and everyone, that fact has settled in. It says, Orlesians consider Qunari little better than ogres. Ouch. You will have to work extremely hard to win them over. That's fair. They also don't like mages. Let's see if it has anything to say about that. Maybe next. Alright, so I'm seeing a little indicator over here, a noble woman. Let us speak to her.
Oh, wait there. Whatever your name is, have you seen a ring?
I'm not far enough away from you for you to be shouting like that.
It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
I guess you're gonna have to leave. Alright, I'll
Is this ring
I'll find it.
particularly
Yeah.
valuable?
Its worth in coin is not as important as its social value. It was a gift from a member of the Council of Heralds. If she finds out I lost it, she will never forgive me. Not even if I live to be 1,000 years old.
What's your game? Are you trying to convince the Comtesse that you treasure her gift? Or just gain importance by getting the Inquisitor to run a menial errand for you?
It's a very good question. Ah, and it gave me some court approval. So if you're thinking on your feet like that, basically, anytime you ask a question that leads to more questions, that's the game, basically. Like, that's what Orlesians love. Oh, they didn't answer. They just asked another question instead. So I'm going to try to search out those little secret things.
I assure you, the ring truly is lost, and I must find it or risk terrible repercussions. Should you happen upon it, I beg you, let me know.
So it's up to you whether you want to believe her that she's just asking you to do this. To send you on a fetch quest. But I'm happy to help. That's what I'm here for.
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
It also said, it's just up to you now that you've found the ring. It said you could keep it or give it back to the noblewoman. She did say it has social value. It was a gift, but I think it only has social value to her. Like, it doesn't increase your court approval to keep it for any reason. I think just giving it back is the best option, as far as I know.
Is this the ring you are looking for?
You are a treasure.
So now we should be back up to 35, maybe?
You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
So with some careful dialogue and a quick fetch quest, we've almost made up for our initial, ew, they're a Qunari mage, which is fantastic. We're breaking down barriers. So I want to be a little bit careful to search everywhere, but I don't think there's anything but that ring quest in this main area. Just want to make sure my search ping there isn't knocking off. We should be able to enter the Winter Palace itself now, which is, glittery. I love what you've done with it. Seeing something else over here. Let's take that. Aha, so there's these weird doors that like have all these slots full of liquors, and then there's one empty slot. And you can find these statuettes, apparently. Though I'm not sure where, that might open those doors, and that gets a little complicated. I think there's like only 10 statuettes, and there's some of the doors take more than one, like they have multiple empty slots. And so there's not enough statuettes for all of the doors. You have to pick and choose. And some of them are important, and some of them are just loot. Not important at all. And I'm trying to do this without looking at like a guide here for those which door is which things. We'll try to feel it out first, but if we get stuck somewhere, we'll readjust. Alright, so something's up here. Even gilded walls have ears. Do I just speak to them? I suppose so.
Do you mind? We don't wish to be disturbed.
Find a safe spot to eavesdrop on their conversation. Alright, they're moving off somewhere. Let's wait to see where they end up.
Interesting.
Ah, here we are. There's a little red circle that we can eavesdrop in.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Alright. Some of those circles, I think, can have, like, multiple phases, multiple things to listen to before you find the secret in question. So I want to be careful not to leave too early. That seemed like a pretty clear, it's over and done with. Storage key. Okay. That should come in handy. Someone was up here drinking, losing their keys. Sarah? I hate to accuse, but... Alright, so that storage key isn't necessarily... Maybe it's over here? I thought this was a hollow door, too. Let's look. This is the storage key. Forget what I said. I'm assuming. Alright. Might as well take that just in case. Might as well take that just in case. I don't want to be filling myself up too much. There's a lot of stuff I need to carry here, so... However, if I had gone to the other side, I could have said, I don't think the storage key is for this door, because you need the statuette instead. For some reason, I thought the one across the way was also a hollow statuette door, but it is not. Alright, let me check up here, too. There seems to be another... I think that marker is just for the statuette door, but check that there's not another eavesdrop up here. Oh, there's something.
Maker, I hope not.
Must be over here. Aha! There's our first hollow statuette. That's what they look like. So we'll be looking for those. There are 10 of them. So right now we could, for example, go down to that door, but I don't remember what's in there. I want to make sure we have enough statuettes for the really important ones later. Don't need any of that. Alright, not seeing any eavesdrops or anything. So it is like fully giving me this quest to unlock Eastern storage. Let me just check. I know I said I wasn't going to use a guide, but let me check what's in Eastern storage. I'm using a guide. I've lied to you. Let's see, this can be used to unlock Eastern storage. Oh, this is such a long quest. It's like the page. It's like, okay, 10 pages of hints, and then it loads and loads and loads. There's like 600 pages. Okay, so it just says the Eastern storage door shouldn't be unlocked. This one shouldn't be unlocked if you want to complete the side quests, Red Jenny's stashes, and throwing away money. Unlocking all the hollow doors in the Winter Palace requires more hollow statuettes than are available, and choosing which doors to unlock sometimes grants XP and influence, and can affect the outcome of the quest. So there is like another thing, depending on who you bring, it can also change it. Red Jenny's stashes is only available if Sarah is in your party. I don't necessarily think we want to go for that, for her stashes this time. I know I did that at one point. Ah, this is such a complicated quest. So I'd kind of like to get into Eastern storage. But it doesn't really say whether that's a good or a bad idea. I'll save it for now. So sorry for all the wishy-washing here. Let's enter. We'll have one statuette under our arm. Alright. This is where it really gets complicated. As if it wasn't complicated enough out there.
If you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
I'll try not to be joking around with her. There'll be time to joke around with Josephine later.
I'll keep my guard up, don't worry.
The game is like wicked grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer staring down Corypheus.
Well, that's all well and good, but Josephine, do you have a quick moment for some Gwent? Could we... Where's the...
You are just full of joy and light this evening.
Everything will be fine.
One quick sarcastic comment.
Andraste, watch over us all.
I love how worried Josephine is about this whole thing. Like, it's gonna go well. It's gonna be great. Oh, God. Got a lot of gilded wainscoting to load in here. Sorry about this. Give me a moment. Worth it. Check out that wainscoting. Alright. So we are officially in the palace. It is now barred. The ball has begun, so we cannot leave. Sounds a little sinister. So there are areas where you need to be, like, the ball has begun, why aren't you out here dancing? And you'll slowly lose court approval. But I don't think any of that has started just yet. We're still in the introductory phase. Some of these doors I'm sure we'll have to come back to. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any of those kind of subtle red eavesdrop circles as I go through here. Or anything to interact with, really.
The Inquisition back in Gaspard makes Celine nervous. You know.
Grand Duke Gaspard, we start here. Why not? Though I hope that wasn't jumping ahead. A little hard to tell. I think it might have been jumping ahead. I wish I had looked around there a little more.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Adar.
Hello, everyone. It's me. It's the Kunari mage you've been hearing about.
Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the mage underground.
He is so full of it. That's not how it went.
Champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces?
Here's my party members, looking
Accompanying
dapper.
the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena.
Get on with it.
Pantagast, 14th cousin to the King of Navarra, 9 times removed, hero of Orlais, right hand of the divine.
That's quite the title.
Madame Vivienne, first enchanter of the Circle of Magi, enchanter of the Imperial Court, mistress of the Duke of Ghislaine. Her lady
Also very important.
Each, of course. Sir Cullen Stanton Rutherford of Hunley.
Oh, Sarah.
Commander of the forces of the Inquisition. Former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana. Nightingale of the
Yes,
Imperial
yes.
Court.
Walk forward.
Veteran of the Fifth Blight. Seneschal
Join
of
me,
the
please.
Inquisition and Left Hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Lovely. Now we've all been introduced. Absolutely stellar alias Sarah is using. Her ladyship, my ball siege, of course. Of the city, of course.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor.
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present
Thank you.
our
Are your
cousin,
hands okay?
The Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities.
I wasn't aware your mask would be so loose.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I'm delighted to be
We'll
here.
keep
Your
things light for now,
We have heard
till we have
much
more
of your
information.
exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I have no words to suffice. Halam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit, and speaks well for the Inquisition. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Is there a ball pit? I would love it if there was a ball pit that I could just sit in and avoid the dancing. So I should not have spoken to Duke Gaspard. Apparently, he was the exact wrong person to choose. I would have loved to look around in the antechamber just before this chamber. Wouldn't that have been a privilege? Speak with Liliana to continue now. Let me just make sure we can't get back out here. The vestibule? That must be where we came from. So I'm hoping it will be just fine. We should be able to go back there as well. But since there's a quest marker on there, I now want to explore this.
And here we
Vivian?
You haven't embarrassed yourself as much as I feared. Well done, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
Be ready to act when I give the signal.
Always, my dear.
The Dowager.
Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
If I remember correctly, I think she's locked to, like, I don't know if it's 80-ish or 65 or something court approval. She'll talk to you after a certain point of approval, is the idea there. Cullen, how goes it?
Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
The palace was damaged by Gaspar's catapults.
He fired on the Winter Palace.
So I should probably ask Vivian some of these questions too. I'm not sure if this unlocks any new dialogue options or not.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing that stands out. I doubt there's a single person here without ulterior motives.
We'll talk later.
We'll come back around after we've scooped a little more.
I had hoped to talk
Scoped? Scooped? Something.
The only one to survive the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Yes.
Thick hedges. That's the sign of wealth. I wasn't sure you were truly as rich as this palace seemed to insinuate until I tested your hedges. And now I am convinced. Alright, nothing out there either. Just checking all the balconies. Seems like a lot of drink activity for nothing to be searchable there. Wonder if we'll end up there later.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this her? Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette.
Oh, such a pleasure.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montilier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you stopped them. Where did you hear such nonsense? Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
Yeah. Yeah, there were orgies. I'm pretty sure we burst right in. I don't know if I should delude her younger sister. I'll just be honest. No.
Those stories are little more than wistful thinking, my lady.
Oh, how dull Redcliffe must have been then.
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh yes, as she told you about when she was 10 and... Yvette, stop. Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the... No. She once told the Duke of... Absolutely not. She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking. Yvette!
Oh, she got that one out.
Absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
Oh, who doesn't play with a doll collection? Come on, it's fine, Josephine.
I'll see you later.
You should see my quarters. Oh, that sounded like an invitation. I didn't mean to be forward. I mean, you're welcome to come see my quarters. I just... What is this? Locked from the other side is what it is. Sarah?
Crotchruck beats his squire. He's a she. As a bastard. Extra toes. What a fun, close marrying crowd.
Any tips from your friends?
Any hidden treasures from friends of your little network?
You mean, do any of the servants ferrying tarts between these windy tits hate them enough to give up a stash or two?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But wait, yes I am. There's some good stuff hidden around. Keep an eye out.
Any thoughts on who we're investigating?
The Empress is pretty. It'd be fun to drink and kill stuff with Gaspard. Briala is friggin' funny. Elves, elves, elves. But it's really a pissing match with an old lover. Don't know the rest, but that explains a lot. They're all lying, but Celine's nice to look at. Good thing we're here to save her neck.
Back soon.
I'll be back.
Going anywhere.
You enjoy all the secrets. So there's that Red Jenny's stashes thing. So if we want to get that, we still have the Hala statuette necessary. We didn't use it on Eastern Storage. However, I'm not sure what that would prevent us from having. So I don't think I can get back down into the ball area. Dowager, we don't have enough approval for. I didn't ask Vivian any questions. Let me check with her.
I'll be ready when the time comes.
And then we'll be ready to go back to the vestibule. Who do you support?
Tell me, Vivian, where do you want the crown to fall?
What I want is irrelevant, darling. Orlais requires stability, and that is best served by Empress Celine.
Good morning and welcome. So nice to see you guys there in the chat. Alright, so Vivian thinks that the status quo with just Empress Celine running things is the best. Interesting to note. I personally think that's led to a civil war, which has resulted in many, many deaths as we eavesdropped out front. So maybe not.
Good. I was hoping it would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador.
Not to mention his nosy mask.
Can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in
Really?
the past. She is ruthless and capable of...
I wonder who it could possibly be.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
All right.
Exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
So now we're back out into the first area that I should have more thoroughly searched before speaking to the Duke. And there is a guest mage in the guest wing that has been whispering to the Empress. I can't wait to meet her.
This ball is a waste of time, like all Orlesian foolishness. Let's find the Venatori collaborator and get out of here.
Stay alert.
Fair enough.
We don't know where the enemy's hiding.
Won't let, or won't force Cassandra to engage in any, manners, really. Oh, sorry, madam. Maybe that's like an eavesdrop point for later. If I was an eavesdropper, where would I be dropping my eaves? So I think we came from down here. I don't think any of these would have opened yet. I talked right to the Duke there, so he didn't go down this way yet. There's an eavesdrop spot. All right.
Waste of time.
So that's one of those ones where it may come back until you get the secrets. I'm not sure. Maybe some of them are truly just... There it is. You gotta be a little bit careful about those. I've many times in the past just run away and never returned.
Waste of time.
Let's try one more, just in case. It seems like she's saying the same thing, so some of them may genuinely just, there's nothing to eavesdrop here, move along.
Waste of time.
Huh. So maybe if she says something like waste of time or nothing here, we can move along, but otherwise, we'll keep looking.
I had no idea.
Alright, so that one seemed to work.
I had no idea.
There, so it must just kind of be randomized a little bit. Some of them aren't like specific conversations you're eavesdropping on. You're just searching for whispers, basically. You need to get 30 of those for Leliana's thing, but that's just a non-mandatory side quest. Let's check upstairs. This hasn't brushed in a while. I'll have to read the plaque. The Grand Library of Halam Shiral, the Winter Palace's collection of book, is one of the world's largest. Only the library of the University of Orlais and the Imperial Palace Library compare. famed cabinet maker Gustave of Valfontaine designed and built the shelves, the finest examples of his marquetry technique still in existence. It is, oh, just lovely. So find a way into the library. Both doors are locked.
How long can Orzammar hold out with trade disrupted? We have reserves of food supplies to last a few months, but the king wants trade due before panic starts.
Royal Wing Key, alright. Just trying to get my bearings here. Let's search out here now. Must just be the door that's activating. Hall of Heroes in the guest wing. Trophy room. Locked. Question elven servants. Emperor reveal. He's been revealed. Either that or he's been reviled. I'm not sure which. So I'm assuming those are the servants in question. Where would I listen?
Might be something here. Better take a closer
That's
look.
interesting. That seemed to come out of nowhere, like, with no ping. It just, I happened to be close to it. I have to keep an eye out for those. Triumph of the Dragon Age, commissioned by Empress Celine in honor of the Grey Warden actions at the Battle of Denerim, which ended the 5th Blight. I believe that was Dragon Age 1, I want to say. Servants' quarters. That is a new area. I guess I have to just question them. I was expecting there to be an eavesdrop spot. But now there'll be an eavesdrop spot. Let's see if it's now down here.
Interesting.
Ah, right here. All right.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Search the rooms in the upper guest wing. Alright, so let's check this hallway before we move on.
We have
Interesting. Interesting.
What is she referencing?
Barely made it out in time.
Did he say what they were after?
Something about the well. He was almost incoherent after the attack.
I'm not even in an eavesdrop circle. I'm just genuinely eavesdropping. Here we go.
Waste of time.
So we'll give this one a try until it comes up with something. That seems to be how they work.
Well, that's useful.
There we go. Now it should disappear. Oh, that guy's teleporting. It's a little creepy.
Gaspard is wasting.
Alright, another eavesdrop spot. I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir, honest. I think about that every single time. Alright, that one worked. Good. Let's grab this. A compendium of Orlesian theatre. A tent. King Dracon turns his crown in his hands. Enter his trusted cousin, Captain Ashan. Captain Ashan. Hail, your majesty! The armies wait on you. King Dracon. What of the enemy? Captain Ashan. The blighted ones mass on the hill in larger numbers than ever we've seen. King Dracon. We are outmatched on the field. Captain Ashan. Andraste armed us with faith. Our allies are a week from Cumberland. We are aided by the baker's word. I do not doubt. They've become the same person. And yet your brow is vexed. Dracon throws down his crown. Pride killed our prophet. Her sacred words are all we've left. If victory spurns us, who will carry them forward? Who will bear the chant of light? Captain Ashan. Cousin, the army awaits. Or waits, even. King Dracon. Make her for a soul fit to lead them. And a horse. It's little wonder King Dracon's life is one of the most popular tales in Orlais. I mean, just look at the man. After founding both Orlais and the Chantry, the charismatic young noble battled the Second Blight for the rest of his reign. Freyette's plays are notable for being the first to portray Orlais' founder as a man beset by doubts, as are we all, instead of an idealized cipher. A few grand clerics attempted to ban the play, saying it criticized the current state of the Chantry, but the Sword of Dracon proved too popular among the masses and the nobility, and remains a staple of Orlesian theatre to this day, much like cats. Hello, Duke Germain.
Well, well.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you Duke.
Guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
Hi there.
I didn't know that
Tell me more.
Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life, if not fight for his destiny?
Another time, my lord.
Alright, we got a little approval from asking questions there. That was good. I hope I'm not missing too many of those opportunities, but I'm sure I am. Making sarcastic comments instead.
I don't like that, Grand Duke. Nobody should own as many
Someone spilled the wine.
If I have to clean up another puddle.
You don't want to be here, stranger.
Oh, that's strangely threatening.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briala we have a situation.
So there's a lot of stuff we need to rummage around for, both in the servants' quarters and in the guest wing. Oh, we can't get out here.
My lady! My lady Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important.
The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify
I
that
can
we
see
are
that.
public faces of the Empress.
They are also extremely fashionable.
Oh, I can see that.
I'm always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
That's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best hope for peace in these difficult times.
She looks forward to cementing a formal alliance.
As soon as Gaspard is out of the way.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade.
Inquisitor.
So if I believe them that they are genuinely sent from the Empress, it appears that Empress Celine's only resolution is she wants Gaspard dead. And then we can move on. I'm rapt. You've struck the heart of me. Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful music. All right.
Did you need something?
Yeah. I need you to tell me everything you know. Or it's gonna get fisty. Fine. It won't get fisty. Maybe around here? Yes.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
Okay, I can still eavesdrop. That must mean there's something else.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's sped up estate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Okay, that must have resolved it. And here is the second Hala door we've come across. It looks like it needs 3 statuettes, yeah. 3 empty slots. So that's lower garden. Just keep labeling them. Eastern storage, lower garden, etc. Try to keep track. I still only have the 1 statuette. Yes, please. All right.
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous.
I can climb to the upper level. That's interesting. Must be a way to get around the locked door to the upper wing.
Maker, I hope not.
You can toss those coins, you find? I don't know if there's like another use for them. I think every time you toss one, people like see you, and you just get a little approval bonus. So that can kind of be used later, like if we don't have enough approval for something at the end of this, which, oh, I'm not doing well. We can come toss some coins, and it'll be fine. Aha, another eavesdrop spot.
Waste of time.
There it is.
Good to know.
There. I guess it's just the fountain. Or maybe it's the climbing wall it's responding to. Okay, so a climbing wall there and the fountain. I'll keep those both in mind. Let's jump back in here.
Inquisitor Adar, how delightful. I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
What exactly does a court historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
That sounds exhausting.
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Oh, yes! This is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began. Even if, Maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
Good evening,
Oh,
Lady
good to
Marcelette.
know.
Another time,
And I'm
perhaps.
glad you're here to record it. Please be kind and generous in your descriptions of me, historically. Council of Heralds vassal. There's an awful lot of wine. Wine? Question mark?
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Felipe is a jerk.
Awfully selfish of this, Philippe. Running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
Half a mind to inform
Just
the
launched right into
That would
this.
teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. Tonight of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me rant.
Oh,
You are
court
too
approval
kind,
10. Wow. That was helpful. I'm up to 60 now, just for shouting that Philippe is a jerk. Why are you glowing? Is there a reason that you're... Why is this sitting couch glowing? I have so many questions.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain?
Alright, Imperial Guard. This must be a dead end.
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Okay, I'll do that. A cylinder seal, that's what we were looking for.
What's this?
Halamshiral investigation. Clara, the kitchen staff, entered the servants' wing by the main stair. Vernon, the undergardener, entered servants' wing from hall. Sophie, chambermaid, entered servants' wing from hall. Marius, footman, entered servants' wing by main stair. Briala, we need immediate support down there. Something's gone wrong. In the servants' wing, okay.
I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Something's gone wrong in the servants' wing. Aha! It's probably not very fine decorum, but it was fun. Let me just make sure there was nothing over here. I don't think there was. Yeah. Doesn't let you get off onto the stone ones, I don't think. Sometimes you can jump over into the grass. So why is there still... I'm sure it doesn't matter. It should be fine. So that's this area. We can go up into the upper wing of the guest wing, I guess, or we can go down into the servants' quarters. Let's go down into the servants' quarters first. I'm not sure why that seems the thing to do. Check in here. Ah, requires servants' quarters key. I guess we're going up then. Fair enough. We'll come back around to the servants' quarters.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all.
Hello, everyone. So nice to see you there. Thank you for joining me for this political intrigue and adventure. Alright, here's the nasty news. So exploring the off-limit spaces of the palace can yield rewards, but take care not to be gone too long. When you're absent from the party, people notice and your court approval will drop. I think it actually drops by like a point a minute. It's really not very nice. So I'm going to try to do this a little less. I'm going to search every nook and cranny when I'm off of the party grounds. I'm trying to go a little bit faster here. Find what we need. Alright, so that one has one Hala statuette door. That would probably be good to take. Nothing down there. There's an awful lot of blood leading into the Grand Library. Looks like that is the way into the library. So I guess the question is, should we use one of our Hala statuettes over there? Secret correspondence. Lovely. 10 out of 30 scandalous secrets. Alright, I'll come back to that. We'll burst into the library here. Discovered the Grand Library. Pull book. Ooh. I think that opened this. Pick up letter. Hallam Sharal investigation. I think it pauses it while you're reading, so hopefully we won't be losing court approval here if I take a second. Lady M, I need you at my side tonight. The unpleasantness in the royal wing has convinced me there is no safety within the palace. I do not expect my cousin to employ magic, but I would hardly be surprised if he provoked another infestation. Since my court enchanter is not here to assist me, I must rely entirely upon you. There is no one else I can trust. Interesting. Alright. Still losing approval. Light veil fire. There must be a rune around here somewhere. That's really kind of a distraction at best, but let's take it. See what we can find. Somewhere around here, I'm sure. Or maybe I have to light these in a certain thing. Maybe it's a special puzzle. What would be the order? Ah. I have no idea. Examine inscription. The arrow of time flies in only one direction. Its path lights our way forward. Arrow time flies, path lights forward. So, I think you need to know, I would guess, you need to know chronologically who's the first and who's the last emperor here, and light them in chronological order. That would be my guess, and that would get you back into this room. So if you know, or not, okay. I'm not sure what that gets you into then. But if you know the chronological order of the emperors, you should be able to do this. So maybe we can find that out in the library. I'm losing so much approval. There's one of those doors that's going to be a problem. Ah, where was it? Pick up book. Alright. Grandchildren of Emperor Judicael, Valmont the One, and Duchess Katrine of Hosburg. By Emperor II, by Emperor Florian and Margravine. Huh. So that would tell you a few of them. Emperor Judicael Valmont the First would be the oldest. I'm gonna need to know more. Oh, I hate losing approval. It's one of the things that makes this quest such an anxiety attack. It's just these weird timed sections. Alright. So this is back out, actually. I think I'm not losing approval when I'm here, and I've now opened that door as well, which is great. So I can gain approval as long as I'm out here in the vestibule, I think. And then I can go back into the library as needed. There's still another section we need to explore. I guess there's nothing for it. I'll just try to race over there. This is the one. Scandalous needless bribe. And that seems to be it. Alright. So, let me just get back out here. So that we're not losing approval. And give me 1 second. I'm going to look up that order to make sure I'm at all thinking of it correctly. Let's see here. I guess Veil Fire would be the thing to search for. Veil Fire urns. So there's a half dozen urns that need to be ignited in order. It says you can go... Let's see if we can figure this out. Oh, geez, so sorry. Knocked my headset cord there. Let me try this as quickly as possible. I think we can go to the west side and light them from south to north. So I need to get the Veil Fire again first. Thank you. West side, south to north. Judicile the first. Judicile the second. It's not quite as complicated as I was worried. Florian. Etienne, Reveal, and Etienne too. Yes, so Etienne the first. This is a total guess, and... Huh? Oh, do I need to do them quickly, or did I mess up? I'm not sure. Ooh. All right. Headed down. Confusion grenade, nice. I can't activate that one? That's interesting. It's just a decoration. Okay, I shouldn't need to worry about anything else. Let's get out of here. And I'm going to go this way just to get quickly. It takes a little bit longer to climb. I'll try to get quickly back to the vestibule. So we should have what we need from the library. We have not, however, gotten like a servant's quarters key or anything yet. Nor a royal wing key. So, I'm not sure exactly where to head next. Every other door has seemed to be locked, unless we're talking about a Hala statuette door. I can go back into the... I guess I haven't gone into the trophy room either. I can also go back into the ballroom itself to talk to Leliana. Now that she's back in there, she might have something else to say. Let's check the trophy room first. Ah, I forgot it was locked, obviously. Please don't say anything else.
Bother someone else.
What's weird is that it still has me headed towards this climber. Like, do I have to go through the Hala door up there to get to the upper wing? Or what are they trying to say? Let me make sure I didn't miss a door up here. This will again take me out of the party, but we'll try to be quick. I don't think there was anything over there, so it's just over here. There is blood, so I'm going to go ahead and waste a Hala statuette. It seems important. And it is. Glamshral investigation. Celine, we can discuss this like adults, can't we? We both know the weapon at Briala's disposal could not only turn the tide of our war, but every war. The Empire must control it. I do not believe you disagree. She is now a greater threat to Orlais than anything else. If you and I work together, we can wrest control away from her. Do not deceive yourself that she will be open to negotiation or diplomacy. You know her better than anyone. You know that that's impossible. Gaspard. Return to the ballroom. All right. So now that things have gotten
should get back to the ballroom.
Escalated, we have to get back. So climbing back down so I stop losing approval.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does.
I seem to remember there's like a mechanic behind that bell. That bell is saying, everyone back to the ballroom, there's going to be an announcement. And I seem to remember if you wait to hear it again, like I could go in now, and I'd be right on time. But if you wait to hear it again, you're then fashionably late. And the Orlesians just love that. So let's see if it dings a second time here.
That would be the second.
There we go.
Fashionably late now.
She even said it, fashionably late now. So now we'll go back to the ballroom, and that should give us a little approval.
What have we here?
Oh, it's been too long since I've heard Claudia Black.
Fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself.
God, I missed you.
What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
I'm going to be super vague with Morrigan because that's the stuff.
You may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane.
You just walked right through me.
Very
I don't
busy
mind, that's
this
fine.
Evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I don't know. Do we?
You are being coy.
I'm being careful.
Ah, you noticed.
Not unwise, here of all places. Allow me to speak first, then. Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet if
Is it the
Celine's
royal
in
wing
danger,
or
I
the
cannot
servants'
myself
quarters?
to search. You can.
You left Celine alone? Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough for the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celine? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise. There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
All right, I think this is completely fruitless. She probably has other things to do, but I'm gonna have to ask.
If you truly want answers, help me find them.
I already told you. I must return to protect the Empress. Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
I have no doubt. All right, we're still at 59. It looks like it is indeed a key to the servants' quarters. Was I supposed to still make it back into the ballroom? I don't think I ever got in there, but I don't think it matters, because Morrigan kind of counted. But let me jump back into the ballroom to make sure. Make an appearance. And I also want to find where Leliana is resting.
I still remember the day.
I'm guessing we still don't have enough,
Time, perhaps?
Yes. Probably close, but not quite there. Leliana. Aha, you can drop off whatever scandalous secrets you have acquired with her. I forgot about that. Let's go ahead.
Look at Lady Cambian's slippers, trimmed with pearls and emeralds. And those bottles.
Pearls and emeralds?
Toss her into the lake,
Oh.
she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, and you're concerned about buckles? On shoes?
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambian's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambian acquire such a grand shoe, What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
I've learned more about being a spy in the last 10 seconds than I have in all my days. Good job, Leliana. Not worth mentioning, really. She's a spy. She seems different everywhere she goes. I have some information for you.
I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
All right. 12 out of 30.
Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
Here, the ladies in waiting have returned from that fountain courtyard. I don't know if that's going to kick something off that I'm not quite ready for. I'm also seeing my court approval just jump to 83. Let's talk to the Dowager. I guess that's because we dropped these secrets off, I suppose. That's amazing.
Lady Inquisitor.
Now she wants to talk. Good.
I'd like your opinion of this gathering, my lady.
It's doomed to fail, of course. Celine knows that. At least it should be amusing. We haven't had such a menagerie at court in living memory.
Have you noticed anything odd this evening?
Too few Imperial guards stand in attendance, my dear. A shame. They are so pleasantly decorative.
Would you like to get out there? Mix it up a little?
Would you care to dance,
Me and you?
Lady Mantelo?
You, Inquisitor, are a delight. One does not often find foreigners so well versed in the game. But you have other dances to perform first. Perhaps you will save me a dance for later?
I will.
Good evening, my lady.
Dance with the Dowager. So the dance for later is a war table mission. That's fantastic. So she must have, like, slipped me a note or something here. We'll check it when we get back. Alright, so I'm saving speaking to them just in case. I don't want to speak with Briala either. I want to kind of avoid the Empress for now. We still have to get back to the servants' quarters. I guess this is where I was wondering, why are there so many alcohol bottles? It's where Grand Duke Gaspard ends up. That's why. So I don't think I have any quest to speak to him. Let me try to speak to him.
Come in.
Hoping that it won't push us
What
forward.
can I do for you? You've been busily charming the court, I see.
Oh, about 83%. Nothing important.
I'd like to know more about you.
All of Orlais knows my story. But you, my friend, are far too sensible to be Orlesian. The heart of it is simple. I am the rightful heir to the throne of Orlais. But my cousin Celine is a politician, while I am a man of action. She charmed the Council of Heralds. They gave the crown to her, and while it looks fetching on her, I intend to take it back.
Just what are you claiming? Her crown? Or her head?
If Celine loses her head, it will not be my doing. I want
But you would be overjoyed.
I do not wish harm on my cousin, but I would not weep at her demise.
I don't know what I would be talking about. I'm assuming it's some secret I found, that I found something interesting. I don't trust Duke Gaspard in the slightest to show him such a thing. Let's keep it to myself.
Later, Duke Gaspard.
And maybe that we'll have to show our hand soon, but... There's like a way to speak to everyone and betray everyone else. And then there's a way to, like, make everyone have to deal with the problem themselves. And that's what I'm hoping for. So I don't want to speak to any of the main 3 players too early in the sense of, like, giving them information that would win them the game. I don't want any of the 3 of them to win the game. I want the Inquisition to win the game.
Who was that Inquisition officer over there? You'll never get...
So I think we can go back to the vestibule. We'll need to make our way down the trophy room corridor there to the servants' quarters. This way? Maybe, possibly. And I'm guessing while we're in the servants' quarters we're going to be going down again, but hopefully we'll find some more scandalous secrets to turn into Leliana that will help it out. So, here we go. Just in case, I am going to go ahead and save it again. In a new slot. I wish it would let you label these. That sure would be nice. But we'll just try that.
This could be worth checking out.
Alright. So I want to be quick in here again. It is a lot of corset. And yes, if you've wanted to make a weird, too long corset, I fully support this plan. If you need a model for it, do let me know. The longer the corset, the sweeter the juice, as the saying goes. I've never heard that myself, but I'm sure it's a saying. Apparently these are some expansive and decorative servants' quarters that require a lot of loading. No wainscoting here, though. There we are. Okay, examine corpse. So, not only are we out of the party, we are armed again. In the servants' quarters, we have access to our weaponry. It looks like it kind of gave us a bunch of random stuff. Not what we had equipped, which is strange. So let me just go back through and make sure we're at our best and brightest. Sword. Shield. Bow of cleansing fire. Yes, this is all good stuff. Okay. That was super weird. I'm not sure why I just picked something. I'm also wearing, like, we're all wearing these formal attires. I don't think those have very much defense. So I'll switch that back as well. I'm assuming we'll change again to go back into the party. So this is just temporary to protect us. There it is. Obviously. Alright, Sarah. That Orlesian mask, it should show up. I've got this, like, hide all helmets thing, because I don't like helmets very much, usually. But I like masks, and the masks are going the same way as the helmets. Oops. Oh well.
They always kill the servants first, my dear. Otherwise they could run and warn someone.
Oh, sure, reasonable, innit? Friggin'
Just
garbage.
checking for grabbables. And I guess in here as well, kitchen. Yikes. So this is a lot further along than I had feared. Like, the assassination attempt is ongoing, it's about to happen. They haven't made it to the ballroom yet, but you can see they've picked off pretty much the entire castle staff. So it's like, enjoy your party. Oh, it's all happening now. Diary of a nosy servant. Since I took that box up to the grand apartments, 9 people have subtly tried asking me where the vault is, including a couple of chevaliers, the 5th under gardener, and one of the Grand Duchess's footmen. I'm not mad enough to tell. Alright, I've just lost my first point of, approval. Pardon me. Ahem. Approval. I can't get my mouth to cooperate. So I do have to be quick here, but I don't want to miss anything important.
We should look around.
Ah, another Hala statuette. You know what really would have helped here is there is a perk that makes your radius, your little ping radius, wider, and that would be very, very helpful for this mission. Another thing I should have done ahead of time.
This man was a Council of Herald's emissary. Curious to find him here.
The crest of the Chalon family. Duke Gaspard will answer for this.
Time to have a word with the Duke.
Please stop murdering. I guess I have to get up there.
All right. Approach. They're organized.
I do want that. Okay, this is where I drop down from. Seemingly nothing around the fountain. Let's try this way. Some more Venatori. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cassandra. Alright. Back here. The Hala statuettes. I guess this is just another building, not the one we came from. There. Alright, another kitchen supply cache. That usually means there's like a boss battle coming up. And they give you those supplies. So let me make sure there's nothing else out here. chasing that white assassin. I'm assuming that is the actual assassin that is going after the Empress. But it's on the other side from here, I believe, that they climbed up. Yes, that's good. Alright, 4 hollow statuettes. I think we have 3 active. I'm seeing now, it says find the Harlequin. I was missing that up there. That must be what the white-clothed assassin is called. Alright, headed back down. Can't really afford to lose much more approval. About 3 minutes worth, and then I should go. Let's just check this way to make sure. I'm assuming we'll end up back in those grand apartments. It's kind of where all the blood is leading. But I don't want to miss any other statuettes. Well, there's blood everywhere. Alright. Where does this lead? I really shouldn't be picking up elf root. We can find elf root later. Don't take the time away for that. I don't know where it leads. Okay, maybe the map will tell me. To Palace, Maine. Good. We don't want to go there yet. So, Red Jenny's stashes, and then the Harlequin is up here in the Grand Apartments. Perfect. Alright. We're getting there. Thank you so much. This is a very, very expansive mission, so I appreciate all of your time here. I'm hoping we can do it all in one go, but we still have a chunk of it. So, just checking for hollow statuettes. And I'm going to need to go in there. Don't need that. Sure. Royal elf root is harder to pass up. I will take some royal. Alright, so this is nothing, I'm assuming. Good, good, good. Oh, sorry, Cassandra. Okay, so I'm headed back here. We'll take a quick peek where this stash is, but it will probably take a statuette we don't want to give up. Hello. Another group down. Not fully searched here yet. Let me make sure. I guess that would go up. I want to stay on the main level for now. But this did lead back just where I wanted it to. Great. Alright, so we've been in here, we've been in that side, we can take the stairs. We've searched this kitchen. That's where the supply cache was, so we're just headed back out here. 79 approval. I should get out of here. I'll take the stairs now. Alright. Nope, not that way. Make sure this isn't another path. Good. Thought I might have been missing a room there. Alright, up the stairs. Oh, that startled me. It's a whole group of Venatori gentlemen awaiting me in the bedroom. Alright. Winter Palace Grand Apartments. The wing once served as a home away from home for members of House Valmont's 4 cadet branches, but it has fallen into disuse. The late Emperor would not allow relatives more distant than his siblings into the Winter Palace, and for years the entirety of the Grand Apartments were closed off. So there's a 3 statuette door there. What is this? Probably don't want to jump out there. Just in case. Guessing the same with that. Well, they're just asking for assassins to come in at this point. And he's dead. Alright. A cutscene. That's just gonna stay in your eye there.
You must be Inquisitor Adar. I thought you'd be more...
And you must be Briala.
We haven't been properly introduced, have we? I'm Ambassador Briala.
Hello.
Glad to meet you finally, Ambassador.
Your reputation for getting results is well deserved. You cleaned this place out. Will take a month to get all the Tevinter blood off the marble. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. But you've beaten me to it. So,
sorry about
the
that.
Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
I shouldn't go throwing accusations around when I'm not sure, but I found him
He
dead.
was dead when I arrived.
I expected as much. You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but you don't seem to be doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers. But killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts. Gaspard must be planning to strike tonight.
This is the one that's the most accurate to what I'm feeling at the moment, is that we don't know for sure that Gaspard hired the Tevinter assassins. Gaspard brought chevaliers, his warriors, here. So why would he bring Tevinter assassins too? It's a little weird. I'm also not entirely sure it's quite time to warn Celine. Let's go with this.
Are you sure he's behind this? He was too easygoing for a man plotting treason.
Don't let his charm blind you. He's Orlesian. That smile is his mask. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. You might just be an ally worth having. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
Oh, I'd leave that to Leliana, but we welcome your help. Yeah.
You know how to make a sales pitch, Ambassador. I'll give you that.
I do, don't I? I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little bit our way, it could prove advantageous to us both. Just a thought.
More politics and double dealing. Is there anyone here who is not corrupt?
It's the game, my dear. Everyone plays it here.
Alright, so I guess I have to find my own way out back to the party. I'm nearing like 75 court approval. That's probably about the lowest I want it to get right now. Okay, so do we need to open this, I guess is the question. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. It's the old problem with this mission. Everything is an I don't think so, but I'm not entirely sure. Those look nice. Alright. There's a hollow statuette. A holla, rather, statuette I just walked right past. Thank goodness we came back around this way. I was about to say, like, oh, this is the way we came. We don't have to search too much here. Just see if I can get out onto this balcony. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. Alright. Oh, I'm worried about that corner. Alright, let's get out of here. Drop down the balcony and make it back to the main camp. Or whatever it's called. Palace. You know, one of those camps. Can I just go any old way? Any old way but left? Alright, we made it out with 76. That's okay, I think. I think we'll be alright. So we've now met all the major players, Empress Celine, Duke Gaspard, and Ambassador Briola. There's basically a way to end this mission to leave any of them in charge, and then there's like modifiers too. You can have Celine and Briola work together, you can have just Celine, you can have just Gaspard, you can make Gaspard like a puppet of the elves by lording blackmail over him. There's a couple of different outcomes, and I'm not sure which ones we're going to have access to at the end of it. So now it wants me to explore the trophy room. Okay.
Must be something here.
A scandalous bribe. Good, good. That will get our approval up a bit. Alright, so the trophy room is just down here, I believe. Ambassador Anton, how are you?
Is it true what they say? You're the Inquisitor, are you not? We heard stories of your accomplishments.
Some of those might have gone a bit far.
I told you, Philippe. Not everyone fights an
So you're Philippe.
It's an inspiration.
I am going to slap you. Yeah, I'm going to trick the guards into leaving. That sounds great. Thank you.
If you'd like, Commander Cullen could give you all the details of that battle. He's in the ballroom.
Really? But I shouldn't leave my post.
You'd only be gone.
Oh, where's the harm?
Philippe, the world is coming to an end. If we don't hear this story now, we'll never have a chance.
You're right. Thank you, Inquisitor. Let's go.
Get your shiny, shiny boots on out of here. I got stuff to find. How close do I need to be exactly? As close as possible, apparently. Oh, I love nugs. There's no time for it now, but oh, I love nugs. Alright, pick up orders, pick up Hala statuette, yes please. Probably fine. Alright, Philippe, move in on the western wing of the palace when I send you 3 shots of brandy, not taking any chances. So it does sound like Gaspard and his chevaliers might have had a plan to attack and take things over, but they haven't had time to do it, as Philippe is still out in the hallway here. So that seems to be all I can find without a rogue. Court approval 85. Let me check my journal just to make sure it's not putting me on a single... Good. I guess that's what we need to do then. Let's give it another save at this point. So the grand ballroom where we can confront Gaspard is there. I'm not sure if we should turn in our secrets to Leliana while we're in there, or if we should save them till later. We might want to just run with the approval we have. And I don't think we still have the Royal Wing key. I'm guessing that might be what happens after this part. The Royal Wing might be our final, third act kind of thing. So let's just go in here for now. And get this moving.
Inquisitor Adar, we met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Why, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I apologize for the delayed response.
Why am I not at all surprised that you want to see me now?
This is Orlais, Inquisitor. Nothing happens by accident. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come.
Now listen, what Sarah gets up to, I know it seems... Oh, sure.
Very well. Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted.
I've been dying to get out there. First the Dowager rejected me, and I've been dying to get out there.
The Talvashoth are hardly known for political maneuvering. Just what
practicing all week.
Have in our little war?
I assure you, the effects of this war reach far beyond the borders of the Orlesian Empire.
Perhaps it does.
So those special
I should not be surprised to find
dialogue options are what you get from those Inquisition perks for, like, historical or political knowledge.
Negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
I think I can agree with that, yes.
Then you have lifted a terrible burden from my heart, Inquisitor. The world
that's what I'm here for.
With doubt and uncertainty. Fear rules more hearts than any empire.
That's interesting.
I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother.
I don't know why.
And have been everywhere in the palace. You are
I guess because I committed to something.
And a matter of concern to some.
I have to avoid that. So I'll try to be a little vaguer with her from here on. Especially while I'm dancing.
Actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
An excellent question. I might ask the same of you, Your Grace.
But we gotta get through this really complicated part first. Then we can talk.
In the Winter Palace, everyone
There we
is
go.
alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I thought dangerous machinations were the national sport in Orlais.
Everyone else has left the floor, seemingly.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
Alright, so I'm not sure. We ended at 100 out of 100. That's nice.
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
That should give us a little wiggle room to lose some. We should take you dancing more often. No dances for Corypheus. I don't know what that would actually say. I'm
I'd
curious.
happily do more dancing. Just not with Corypheus.
I promise not to invite him to your next ball.
Were you dancing with Duchess Florian?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good
Yeah, I
news.
had to get
If there's a
changed back
peace
into
talks
this
in
real quick because of all the blood. So you can again, like, kind of jump to conclusions. It may be perfectly true that Gaspard is the traitor, and I haven't been paying attention, but I don't think we really know that yet. Florian is definitely up to something, but that's not important. What I do know for sure is that I found Venatori agents.
Morrigan helped me get into the servants' quarters, where I found a group of Venatori and Gaspard's dagger.
The man would truly do anything to become Emperor.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat.
Then perhaps we should let her die.
Now we're talking. I will let you explain.
Have an idea, Liliana?
What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Liliana?
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
So that's where everything sort of changes in this mission. The whole time you've been under the guise of we have to get to the palace to save Empress Celine from assassination. But now that we're here and can see the details more closely, that's not necessarily what's best for Orlais. It is just what's currently going on in Orlais. But it's like, it seems so weird that they give you a mission, and the mission is specifically save the Empress, and then they let you decide halfway through to ignore that mission, which has never really sit right with me. It's like, the mission is to save the Empress, and so that's what we have to do. And I know that I should be able to think on my feet more, but... So I don't have enough information. I don't want to commit to any of these, even to say we save the Empress. Let me say I need more.
I can't decide this. Not yet.
You must. Even inaction is a decision, Inquisitor.
You could
No,
speak
that's
to
fair
Celine in
enough.
the ballroom, but she won't act. Not without proof.
If Gaspard is guilty, he'll admit nothing. If he's innocent, he knows nothing. We need the truth.
What did Duchess Florian
We
tell
need
you?
evidence to
He said
confront
Gaspard's
everyone with,
mercenary captain is in the royal wing. That he knows about the assassination.
not just feelings.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access. And in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful.
Get your shoulders into position. Why did Cullen, like, sneak a few steps away? That was funny. Alright, so we're back in the ballroom. I'm at 100 court approval, so I don't actually want to give Liliana any of my secrets, because right now they would be wasted. If our court approval goes down again later, I'm hoping we'll have time to swing back by. So I guess the only question is, we never did end up talking to these behind every Empress. I think we can do that before we go to the Royal Wing safely, because we have to go to the Royal Wing. So this shouldn't progress us now.
We are always delighted to speak with you.
Just be a little information gathering.
Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
Perhaps
I have questions.
then. I'd like to know more about Empress Celine.
Her Majesty has held the throne since she was just 16 years old.
She is respected and beloved, not just in Orlais, but across Thedas.
She doesn't care much for liver, and she drinks her tea black.
It's good to know.
I'd like to know more about the negotiations. What is the Empress trying to accomplish with the negotiations?
Peace is her only objective, Inquisitor. Gaspard and Briala are
Peace and vengeance.
ambitions, but those desires threaten the safety of all Orlesians.
The war must end tonight. We must conclude this to deal with the larger crisis.
So I'm really not sure what I found something does. Like, that seems to be necessary to pull some information out of them, but I don't want to, like, show my cards. Let's try it.
Investigations turned up something interesting.
And you then have to, like, choose who you would give evidence against. I don't think it's quite time to do that. Like, I don't know what that might be hiding behind those options. But I just want to be careful. Empress, good to see you. Nothing to speak about now, just wanted to gaze at you there. Is Ambassador Briala back here? Maybe she's on the other balcony. Because I would like to speak with Briala. Hello again.
Inquisitor Adar. The stories claimed you were barely capable of speech. You've charmed some of the
Because I'm a
rebels.
Kunari?
We'll see how long
That's
you
rude.
keep their favor. What brings you to me?
Not only capable of speech, I'm capable of speaking both Kunari and Common. I want to know more about you.
Briala. I'm an elf, Inquisitor. That should tell you everything you need to know about my life. I'm good at what I do. That's all that matters. I will help my people no matter the cost.
I've been told you were romantically involved with the Empress.
Tell me more about that. Did you hold hands, canoodling?
I suppose your spies
Give me
have
some
already briefed
details.
you, so there's no point in pretending. Yes, Celine and I were lovers once, but we've gone our separate ways now.
No more canoodling then. That's
How
a
is
shame.
an elf invited to the Empress's ball as an ambassador?
Empress Celine and I have history. There was a time when I put my spies at her disposal. She knows my qualifications. We had a falling out. Now we are negotiating to determine whether I return to her side in the war.
What do you mean?
If I may pry.
She betrayed me. Turned me over to the guards on a trumped-up charge to save her political reputation. It wasn't personal.
That must have stung.
That's how all Orlesians justify these things to themselves. It wouldn't do to let the court know she had an elven friend.
If she doesn't win you back to her side, what do you intend to do?
I have contingency plans. I'm not a child putting all my hopes on a single ball. This evening gives me access to Duke Gaspard. He's challenging. Not as progressive or persuadable as his cousin. But with time and sufficient blackmail, he might work with us.
You just told me you have reason to betray the Empress.
I know it's incriminating. Few harbor more resentment against Celine than I. But if she died after inviting me here, the court would certainly pin her death on me. An elf assassinating the Empress? Alienages across Orlais, across all Thedas, would be purged. That cannot happen.
It's the first real solid evidence I've heard that Briala is likely not involved in the assassination attempt.
You might be interested in what I've found.
So I don't want to go down that path.
We'll speak more later,
Sorry to tease. You might be interested in what I found, but it's not the time to talk about it. So I did complete that behind every Empress thing, seemingly. We still can't speak to her directly. It's like you can only speak to her when an announcement is made, and everyone's called back to the ballroom. Let's check in with Duke.
It's always good to see you, my friend. You
Oh,
seem
that's
better
not
at making
true.
friends among the nobility than I. Well done.
Alright, so they're all just waiting, basically, to see what I've found out about the other people, and for me to choose who I want to give that information to. So what I would like to go find is all of the blackmail material first. And then we'll have some options. So I'm headed back to the vestibule, and we will be headed up the right staircase to the royal wing, which I'm thinking we should now have a key for. Give it one more save while things are going moderately well. Well, things are going. Let's leave it there. I haven't seen any more eavesdropping spots, but I've also, kind of stopped looking for them, and I'm not sure if they move around as the night progresses, so I should probably be a little bit more careful. There's one. So yeah, they must appear and disappear randomly.
Boring.
Is it not going to come back? Okay. There. Just wanted to make me sweat.
Well, that's useful.
Alright, that got it. Good, good. So I think we can go into the royal wing. There's nothing else I'm remembering as an obstacle. So we'll be losing, whatever it is, approval again. Try to be quick. But this is where it should all come together. Okay, everyone else got to keep their equipment. I did not, so let me just switch me back in case we run into trouble. And then I will be right back with you here. One moment. I am all right, in fact. I have my liquids, so sorry. Let me take a sip. That's better. This is a long, long mission. Thank you for bearing with me here. Alright, so we're in the royal wing. We're looking for goodies.
Room after room, and for what?
Scandalous
Ruffle
legal
storage.
documents.
Real useful.
Alright, so that's to the vestibule. And it is what's lighting up. No worries, we're going upstairs. And let's go clockwise here. We have a 5 statue. And there's someone on the other side of the door saying, hello, is anyone there? So we need 5 Hala statues to get in there. Which I think we have. Let's try it. The Empress's private quarters. Ooh. Ooh. Scandalous lead. And what do we have here? Ah, another scandalous lead, perhaps.
What
Guardsman,
happened?
I'm assuming you didn't tie yourself to the Empress's
Honestly,
bed?
I would have preferred it if it were what it looks like. The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
Also, is this one of the Duke's chevaliers that she captured? And he did not get rewarded. Oh.
You're telling me that Empress Celine left you naked and trussed like a roast duck?
Please, I beg you, don't tell Gaspard. The Empress beguiled me into giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before it ever
Very
began.
appreciative for this bed frame and its sturdy construction.
The moment he strikes, she'll have him arrested for treason.
She'll be all prim, but here's you with your bits out.
Clever. Even I'm impressed.
I don't know which
It's worth
is
bringing
worse,
Sarah just for
Celine
that.
for using such a tactic or him for falling for it.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to testify. So that we get blackmail evidence on Celine, too. That'd be fine.
I'll protect
That'd
you
be
from
just
Gaspard
fine.
if you're willing to testify about Celine's trap.
I'll do anything. Anything.
It did not get me any court approval, but I don't think my court approval went down to 0. Yes, just making sure. Bit concerning to see court approval 0 show up.
Ugh.
Alright, so we've freed a naked man. We now have some evidence that Celine was in fact trying to set Gaspard up in a certain way, so that she would have an excuse to remove him and his men from play. Please stop screaming. I mean, you can keep screaming, but please stop killing you. Oh, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Just take care of that the easy way. Hi.
Are you all right?
I don't think I'm hurt. No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
What did Brianna say?
Briala told you to come to this wing of the palace?
Not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the servants. We get coded messages at certain locations, but the order came from her. She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to search his sister's room.
Is there anyone else who knows the code and the drop location who could have written those orders?
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but... No. No one else would send me here. It had to be Briala.
What were you trying to find in Florian's old room?
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a setup.
I'm not sure what to believe.
All sorts of people tonight are taking advantage of this wing being closed.
Briala probably knew it was dangerous and sent me anyway. One more embarrassing secret erased. I knew her. Before. When she was Celine's pet. Now she wants to play revolution, but I remember. She was sleeping with the Empress who purged our alienage.
That's a little hard to stomach, I understand. Can you testify to this fact?
Would you be willing to testify to that, if I asked?
Absolutely. If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
Knew it. I did. And I bet the hates made it feel real good.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
Alright, so we got a little something-something on Celine and Briala now. We just need to get a little something-something on Gaspard. We find who he has tied naked to his bed. Just pray that it's not Corypheus. I did not need to see that. The red lyrium corruption is even worse in some places. Even worse than you would expect. I think I came in there. Let me try going down here. And we're back.
What's this then? Swapping
Okay.
all the gold leaf with diamonds, I bet.
Let's give just another look into here. Because that sounds like the way we need to go. Lovely. 8 out of 10 Hala statuettes. Not too bad. Okay. A secret love letter. There's nothing quite like this mission. I'll be very glad to have it done with, because it's just a lot to hold in your head all at once. And a lot to deal with in terms of fetching and searching. But it's such a fascinating quest. Like, I love the whole setup of this. It makes me really excited for what the next version of this is going to be in Dragon Age 4, say. Okay, we have access to a balcony here. Let me search it for coins. Also, probably get in here? Is this... Huh. Okay. Oh, I'm getting close. There it is. 9 out of 10. And a coin. A 98 court approval. Okay, think I can go this way now. That was definitely worthwhile for the Hala statuette. I keep hearing what sounds like a rift, too. Ah, speak of the devil.
What a pleasure.
Sounds like a rift.
I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
Florian. So Gaspard's sister is involved in this.
I fear I'm a bit busy at the moment, if you're looking for a dance
Obviously
partner.
involved, but making moves of her own.
Such a pity you did not save one final dance for me. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
So she is working for Corypheus. We don't know if her brother, Gaspard, also is.
What exactly is in this for you?
The wild, of course. I'll deliver the entire south of Thedas, and Corypheus will save me. When he has ascended to godhood, I will rule all Thedas in his name.
That sounds like a pretty great plan, and hopelessly naive and stupid. Alright.
You don't have to go through with this, Florian. There's still time to turn back.
Oh, my
Probably
dear
pointless.
Inquisitor, you are so naive. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Celine myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill her. Bring me the marked hand as proof. It will make a fine gift for the Master.
Oh, fancy. Alright, we're off and running. Everyone's gonna die now. Alright, starting round 2. Ice Mage out of play. Yikes. And close. So still looking for blackmail material for Gaspard. We did not find it, despite his sister's involvement.
And just his tits, what was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
Yeah. That was them.
Good eye. Those were definitely demons.
Maker bless me. Demons? How could there be demons in the fucking Winter Palace? I knew Gaspard
Wait, what were
was
the
a
demons
bastard,
doing
but
in the
I didn't think
palace?
he'd feed me to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Wait, what were the horrors?
Duke Gaspard lured you out here?
Well, his sister.
Oh, this
But
sounds
it
like
had to come
blackmail.
from him, didn't it? And all that garbage
Oh,
she
not
was spewing
necessarily.
doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
I can't just take your word for that. I need truth.
You honestly believe you were captured, tied up, and thrown into a death trap because of a bill?
When you put it like that, it seems a bit odd. The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Stinking, punsy cheesemongers.
He's going to attack tonight? What about the peace talks?
Nobles don't
Now
give
that's
a
something.
shit about honor and conduct unless it suits them. He'll do what it takes to claim the throne.
Impressively ruthless of Gaspard, if predictable.
We're after one assassin, right? Should the rest just queue up?
You saved my life. I owe you. And Gaspard still hasn't paid me. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it.
That last one. That's the one. We'll pay you to sing a song in the chantry. Just never tell anyone about any of this. Okay, so now we should have everything we need. Let me just do a quick check here, and we'll get out of here with hopefully above 95. Court approval. Unless we get involved in a lengthy battle. Alright. What do we got in here? Besides some very tasteful murals, which I'm a big fan of. I think I already looked at that one. Oh, no I didn't. And I need it. I was wrong. Yeah, sure. Okay. Should be good in the chapel. What's down here? I'm genuinely not sure. Alright, this is back to the ballroom. I guess there's not really anything for it. We may as well go. I think we have all the blackmail information we need. So we'll just keep it at 98 if we can. I'm really hoping this goes well. Getting close to the end now, finally. Let's see what happens. My hope is that I can use the blackmail against all three of them to basically say, stop it, you guys. This isn't the time to try to take over Orlais for yourself. You all are rotten to the core. Let's figure something else out.
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do?
Let me just take a quick look at this to make sure. I think there's like a very specific sequence here that I want to make sure I'm not messing up. Okay. Just gotta pick the right keywords, as always. so sorry. I'm going off of wait for Florian to attack. That's the key word I'm using. Alright, so what I want is... Yikes. Yikes to the pop-up ads. Ahem. Almost there. So we've collected the evidence against all three of them. I think we have a court approval of 85 or higher. Those are the two things you need to even be eligible for this. You can then select either detain the Duchess or wait, or I'll talk to the Duchess, I guess. Okay, so detain the Duchess or I'll talk to Florian. Present the evidence. I guess let's detain her? But I'm not sure. It's like if I could start with the Duchess. It's like I start with Florian or I start with the Duchess, basically. I want to expose both of their crimes. And it doesn't seem to matter. So let me just say I'll talk with Florian, like head it off here.
With the Grand Duchess.
What? There's no time. The Empress will begin her speech any moment.
It's my speech now. Let's see if this works. I'm really hoping so. I should have saved it just before this point. But this ought to create a bit of a stir.
The eyes of every noble in the Empire are upon us, Your Grace. Remember to smile. This is your
I'm
party.
going to make this as painful as
You wouldn't want them
possible.
to think you had lost control.
Who would not be delighted to speak with you, Inquisitor?
I seem to recall you saying all I needed was to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. When your archers failed to kill me in the garden, I feared you wouldn't save me this last dance.
And I so looked forward to it.
So easy to lose your good graces. You even framed your brother for the murder of a council emissary. It was an ambitious plan. Celine, Gaspard, the entire council of heralds, all your enemies under one roof.
This is very entertaining, but you do not imagine anyone believes your wild stories.
Oh, it'd be a shame if I had proof for everything.
To decide, cousin. Gaspard, you cannot believe this. You know I would never...
My pointy nose knows nothing. So I'm really hoping this isn't over yet. We have other things.
You lost this fight ages ago, Your Grace. You're just the last to find out.
That's only step one of my
Your
big
Imperial
speech.
Majesty, I think we should speak in private, elsewhere.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and failing.
Enough. We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
And guess what? It's all of you. It's all three of you who are being petty, petulant little... Well, I won't go into it now, but...
Every one of you is implicated. You all conspired to allow this to happen.
That's a bold claim, Inquisitor. Are you prepared to defend it?
Bring forth the witnesses. You... Let's start. You... I don't... Why is that the only one that has a revealed Celine's manipulations? Like, that makes it seem important and therefore worthy of weighty consideration. Darn it! We don't have time for weighty consideration. So yes, I think I will have to do all of them eventually. I don't know if there's any specific sequence. We'll start with Gaspard.
Gaspard brought hired mercenaries into the palace for a coup. I have the word of his captain.
Oh, Gaspard. So predictable. Brutality is your only talent.
And?
You don't hold the moral high ground, Briala. You did murder ambassadors and forge documents.
So what if I did? Take me down, and elves will riot in every city in the Empire.
No, I've thought of that.
Not when they learn you were sleeping with the woman who purged Hellam Sharel's alienage. And Celine knew of Gaspard's coup and let it go far enough to hang him for treason.
You've made your point. What do you want?
I beat you all at your great game. You work for me now.
We'll see how long this lasts.
And so ends the Orlesian game. And so begins the actual reason why we're here.
This is foolish.
We have no
Because
choice.
all of this was just
The nobility
pomp and
requires an answer
circumstance.
for what happened.
Unless you want to pretend the war was all a dream. That would go over well. No more dithering. We make the cut swift and clean. Kindest to all of us.
Lords and ladies of the court, we are pleased to announce that an accord has been reached. Our cousin Gaspard will now hold a place of honor in our cabinet.
Friends, we assembled are the leaders of the Empire. We must set the example for all Thedas. We cannot be at war with each other, while the Fade itself challenges our borders.
We must stand united, or surely we will fall alone.
We will save Thedas from calamity, but only together may we accomplish this.
We will heal our wounded country. A long road of reconstruction lies before us. But tonight, we celebrate the arrival of peace. Let the festivities commence!
Here's why we're here.
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
Yeah.
I would have stayed, but the punch ran dry. Scandalous.
Indeed. Let us see if you take this piece of news as poorly. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Celine wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
Thank you. And welcome aboard. Are you okay with this?
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Celine knows you face
I hope to make it worth your while,
great magical
Morrigan.
power, which is far more important than her own curiosity. You will require my knowledge if you are to defeat such magic. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
I'm sure she'll prove herself almost instantly. I've had 2 games to enjoy it. Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
So all of that fun with the court and the balls is just to get Morrigan to join the Inquisition. And it's well worth it.
You look troubled.
It's gonna be fine.
I'm just worn out. Tonight has been very long.
It was a tumultuous evening, but Orlais is safe now. It was worth the struggle. Is there anything I can do? Can I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
It's very kind of you to offer, Josephine. Do you want to take advantage of the music before we... Would you...
Would you care to dance with me, Lady Josephine?
I would love to, my lady.
I would be honored. What better way to end a long night? A little dancing among friends. So that is it, in its 3-hour glory. Goodness, I'm at 2 minutes, 51 seconds. Or 2 hours, 51 minutes, rather. Goodness, how does time work? Thank you so much for getting through that with me. I absolutely loved it. The intrigue, the collectibles, it's like its own mini-game. So now we're past that. I can stop having anxiety about all the political future of Thedas. I'll just get back to the shooting people, shooting fire magic into the faces, which is what I do best. So I'm very, very glad to have that done, and it was so much fun. And so many great characters in there that you kind of never see again, like all the ball gowns and fancy armor and stuff. Is such a treat to see.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Maker's mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lady Inquisitor, please, may I have a word with you?
Okay.
How may I assist you, revered mother?
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
That's interesting. So she's saying it's important to the Divine Chantry that both Leliana and Cassandra return to the Chantry immediately. They want to basically start preparations to make one of them the next Divine, the next leader of the Chantry Church. But we're in the middle of the Inquisition, and they're vital members. We cannot lose Leliana, we cannot lose Cassandra. So, I'd have to let them decide.
Liana and Cassandra would have to make that decision for themselves.
And they certainly will, at a later date. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother.
Right into the next crisis. Good, good. Man, I love those sleeves. Sleeves on this Skyhold outfit. Ooh.
The support of the Empire should make our search for the Grey Wardens easier. Varric is eager to help his friend Hawk.
So now that we have Morrigan, we can return to what we were setting up prior to this. We did all that work out in the desert, in the western approach there, to get Fortress Adamant ready, which it is now ready to attack, but it's a little bit different when you have Morrigan in the party. So I wanted to get that Orlesian game out of the way first there. Ooh, and it looks like we got some schematics for all of their fancy Orlesian party wear, too, if we ever want to play dress-up. That's great. Alright, so I'm headed right back to our save spot here. We're back in Skyhold, safe and sound. The Empress lives. The political situation is not resolved in Orlais, but it is quieted for now. Hopefully gracefully. And thank you so much. I appreciate your time. We'll be back here in Skyhold to start the next big adventure at Fortress Adamant with Morrigan next time. Looking forward to it. Bye for now.